Why are camcorders shaped the way they are? After watching this, you're going to appreciate camcorders so much more. Do you ever wonder why camcorders are shaped the way they are? Of course you do. What I'm going to show you today is going to make you appreciate camcorders so much more. Camcorders are shaped like a tube, and then they have a flip screen on the side. That's the general shape of a camcorder. And for some reason, we all like holding them like this. This is the way we like to hold a camcorder, and it's just fun for some reason. I mean, we love the ergonomics more than an SLR style camera. But why are they shaped this way? Well, let me show you. And this is going to really make you appreciate camcorders. These things are actually super zooms, which is no different than a bridge camera. A bridge camera is a giant lens. It's a super zoom lens. Both the camcorder and the bridge camera zoom about the same amount. These things have these giant things that come out the front like that, and they stick out quite a ways in a very manly manner. And that's what telephoto lenses do. The same thing with these little pocket cameras that have super zooms on them. They have these long things that come out the front like that. And here's the problem. And this is what camcorders don't have. This is so cool. Now, notice this lens. This has 3 different levels on it. Now, right now, as this thing is open, there is dust settling on here. You can see a few pieces on there right now. There's always dust in the air, especially when you're outside, and it's always settling on your lens. And then when you close this lens, all that dust that's on those pieces is getting sucked and pulled into the camera. Now that dust that's on those lens pieces is in that camera. Same with this. When you open this lens up and you have your big manly extension there, there's dust settling on here right now. And when you close that and it goes back in, you're pulling all that dust back into the camera. Okay, now there's one thing I want you to notice here. Forget the body of the camera. Just look at this part right here. What is that? That's a cylinder, right? And that is the main part of this camera, is the lens, is the cylinder, and it goes in and out. So this is a big long cylinder that just gets longer or shorter. Do you notice what that shape is? That is the shape of a camcorder. The whole camcorder body is a giant cylinder because it is the lens. This whole thing, the whole inside of this camcorder is a super zoom lens. And then they stuck the circuitry all along the side or in the back. So if you took this lens right here and stuck a flip screen on the side of it, you would have a camcorder. All this stuff back here, the guts of this, is just kind of spread out amongst the side of the lens. So you're just holding a lens in your hand basically right here, and it's got a flip screen stuck on the side of it. That's really all a camcorder is. Now, the cool thing about a camcorder is there's nothing that comes in and out. There's a piece of glass here that protects it, and all the lens moving back and forth and all that stuff that's moving is sealed inside the camcorder. So it's protected. No dust is going to get into that lens. The only thing that dust can get into is maybe behind the lens cap. But that glass behind the lens cap, that's sealed. Dust can't get in there. Some of you might have lenses that won't go back in, or they go choppy, like or they're not smooth anymore. That's because there's dust and hair and all kinds of stuff, particles of sand caught in the workings of that lens. Yeah, every time you open it, there's dust on there. You can see the pieces, you can see them. So every time you open up one of these things here, or one of these things, you're getting dust caught in that lens mechanism, and after a while, it's gonna go really, or it just won't go in at all, or it's just not smooth, or it's just stuck, or even worse, pull the dust into the actual sensor area of the lens. Not on camcorders. Camcorders are sealed. They are ready for the world. These are, oh, there's so many reasons. So basically, this right here is a lens. This is all this is. This is a lens with a flip screen on the side of it. And if you look at the more professional ones, you can see the round shape of the lens running all the way down the length here. You've got the rocker switch and the electronic guts on this side, just stuck on the side as a pack. You got the screen here. These things are just a big lens. So camcorders are the same as one of these giant bridge cameras, but they're encased and sealed in a cylindrical body, so no dust can get in there. And plus, this thing is just this big clunky thing to hold, whereas one of these things, you're just holding the lens. There's no clunky thing on the end of it here. And another cool thing about camcorders camcorders is if you want a bigger battery, you can have one that sticks out way back here. You can have like as big of a battery as you want. It just keeps expanding out the back. There's no limitation for the size of the battery that you use. I love camcorders for so many reasons, and I love the way they hold it. You're just holding the lens in your hand, and it's a protected, sealed super zoom lens. So cool. This is really efficient, perfect ergonomics. You're holding a giant lens in your hand. It just makes life so much more wonderful knowing that. So there you go. There's something that a lot of people don't think about when they think of camcorders. You know, why do camcorders have the look that they do? Camcorders are giant lenses. Isn't that cool? I sure think so. I'll see you in the next video.